So
love it.
I got to fill everybody in on the shock story real quick because
Oh, yes.
I was getting emails saying, so what happened with the shocks? So, Christian, I told you all the shocks got to Puerto Vallarta, which was very
Yes.
exciting. And so we opened up the box and there was 3 boxes in there. And so I called Michael right away. I'm like, okay, there's 4 shocks. Why are there only 3? He's like, I don't know, that there must be one still up in LA. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So did I tell you I almost got arrested at the airport in? Oh yeah, I might have mouthed off a little bit too much. It went through the conveyor belt, and all of a sudden 3 guys come over, and I'm like, I don't speak Spanish, and then they said, well, we don't speak English. They went like that to me. I'm like, okay, we're going to play this game, aren't we? So I got my little Duolingo app out that my son told me to start practicing on that has 11 hours and 370 days. So I said, I can understand Spanish, but I can't speak it very well. Can you get somebody that can talk in English? And I gave it to him. He goes like that, no to me. I'm like, so he goes, I need to see your passport in the Duolingo. I need to see your passport and your resident card. So I'm like, okay. He takes it, and there are now 3 guys on these shocks. Why are you bringing shocks to Mexico? I'm like, well, it's kind of a long story, but my friend Elazar needed shocks, and they were up
I promise
in LA,
I'm just trying to help a friend. Yes.
and then they got down, and I only have 3 boxes, and I don't know where the 4th box is because there's obviously 4 shocks, and the guy back and forth, and he did not like my attitude. And I said, you know what? I've been flying for 3 hours. I got through custom, went through the conveyor belt, and now you guys want to talk to me about these shocks. The shocks are not mine. And I thought, shit, I better shut up because you can't import things. So I said, I bought a car here in Mexico, and it was an older car, an SUV, and it needs new shocks. And they said,
Yeah.
we're taking your passport and we're taking your resident card. Follow us. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. So they put me in a room. Christian, they put me in a room for like an hour and a half. Took my passport.
Have you ever had this happen in all your years of going to PV? Ever? Wow.
I think it was in my mouth. I got a little snippy with him because I said, I just want to go. Elazar's waiting outside for me. I got to go. And they didn't like that either.
Well, it's like you finally get the damn shocks there, and then you can't get out of the airport.
I thought they were going to arrest me. So he comes back out, and he's like, hour and a half later, Elazar's waiting outside. I'm texting him. I'm like, I am in confinement right now. I don't know what's happening. I think they're going to bring me back to LAX. I don't know what's going on. So I said to the guy through my Duolingo app, I said, I didn't do anything wrong. This is my car I just bought that needs new shocks in Spanish. And he goes, you're in our country now. You should know Spanish. I'm like, I've been coming here 40 years. The brain just isn't sinking it in. I'm getting older. Like, just do this whole thing like this.
I'm trying.
He was not having any of my humor at all. This guy was like stone-faced. So I'm like, okay, I might have been an asshole because I was like, let's hurry up. What do I need to do? And he goes, you have to pay for them being imported. And I'm like, again, I have to pay because I already paid the over luggage, and TSA said it was fine in LA or in Orange County. And then I had the whole, and I only have 3 and I need 4 shocks. And the guy's like, no, you're going to have to pay. So luckily,
But it's like, why couldn't they have just told you that in the beginning instead of making you sit there and be scared?
At all. Usually I can flirt my way out of anything. He was not having it. I'm like, shit. So
you're like, have you ever seen The Real Housewives of Orange County?
BravoTV.com. So anyways, I was so smart ahead of time. I printed my eBay receipt, and I printed the TSA that said you can bring car parts in as long as they're for your own use. You're not going to distribute them to somebody else. I'm like, no, I'm not a reseller. They're for Elazar, but I'm going to. So.
And isn't all this because Elazar was going to buy some, and you're like, that's absolutely too expensive. We could just bring you some.
$600 in Mexico to have them brought in, and he paid $320. I paid $320 on eBay. So, and then he gave me my $320. So. And plus the $200 for the overage in the package. And then now this guy wants money. I said, can we just let me go? I'm like, I got to go potty.
Jesus.
I started
so what was the result? How'd they end up? Did you have to pay?
Yeah, I had to pay. I had to pay 2,200 pesos. It was like $600, $60. So I'm like this. I go, here's my Intercam debit card. And all of a sudden he's like, wrong PIN number. I'm like, no, that's my right PIN number. Try this one. He's like, we don't take Intercam Bank. We only take American credit cards. I'm like, oh, I got
Perfect.
lots of
Which
those.
which one you want? Yeah.
They all have zero balances, by the way. But which one do you want? And
Exactly.
So it's so funny because I have a credit card that says Mexico charges on the top of it. So I'm like, I'm going to use my Visa that Southwest.com because I get all my mileage on that for free flights. So I showed him this way. I said, can we try this one? So I go and this guy's right now going, get this bitch out of my way. I want to handle somebody else. So it went through. I signed right there and I said, am I free to go? He's like, I'm like, go. So I come outside and Elazar's like, really, Vicki, what took so long? I said, I might have been almost arrested for these damn shocks, but Elazar, there's only 3 shocks in the suitcase. So it's like, well, I can't just have 3 shocks. So I give him the 3 boxes. And I remember the night before I went to Michael's friend's house who caught them in LAX because they went out to LAX. I go out to Orange County. Long story short, there were 2 shocks in 1 box. So Elazar went to the shock place right after he dropped me back off at my house. And today he picked me up to bring me to the airport. And all of a sudden his spiffed up, brand new, black on black Cadillac SUV. You did not get them on right away. He goes, oh, I went right to the place, and 4 hours later, I had my new shocks on. So thankful for you. I'm like, okay, good. So it all worked out.
As long as Elazar's happy, that's all that matters. And Vicki's not in jail. That's all that matters.
Oh my God. I really thought, and Michael's like, you don't do that you're in their country now. You can't give him a snippety mouth. I said, well, he was being mean to me. You can't get away from that. I was being kind of nice and funny. I don't like it.